Change your productivity system? Sure, go ahead. Anything works at first. That's what we're talking about today. Hi, this is Frank Buck, and this is the place to be if you want to get organized and make it look easy. See a shiny new organizational system? Want to junk your productivity system and adopt the shiny one? Going to work better for you, right? Be careful. You may quickly be in the same boat. Because I write and speak on organization and time management, it comes as no surprise that I've also read what others have to say about establishing a productivity system. In a world where everyone is far too busy and looking for ways to handle life, it also comes as no surprise that social media has made it easy for people to share what works for them. Much of what I read are firsthand accounts of a new productivity system, which is producing great results. I've been doing XYZ for the past week, and already I feel so much more productive, is the typical line. Or I got this new planner and it's working great for me. Here's my typical response. Let's see how you feel in 6 months. Yes, we all need a system in order to keep our environment in good order and help us handle our responsibilities in a timely fashion. You may have found yourself spinning out of control and feeling as if you're flying by the seat of your pants. At some point in our lives, we've all been there. For me, hitting the brick wall came as a high school senior. I was taking a heavy academic load. As a serious musician, some audition or competition was always looming. College was just around the corner with all that comes with making that transition. And I needed something to help keep all the ducks in a row. Well, that year marked the first time I would adopt a formal system, a box of index cards, one for every day. My own homemade system kept my life in order. I placed on that card anything that needed to be done that particular day. And so before leaving for school, I just grabbed the card for the day, stick it in my pocket, and I had my marching orders for the day on something that measured 3 by 5. The back of the card served as a place to trap anything else that came up during the day. Homework assignments were jotted on the back of the card. Appointments that came up for future days were recorded on the back of the card as well, so forth. So when I got home, I had exactly one job: clear the card. In addition to handling the to-dos on the front of the card, my responsibility was also to either do what was written on the back or schedule them for other days, recopying them onto the appropriate cards, and basically cleaning things up. This method served as my introduction also to project planning. When a teacher assigned a term paper and announced the date, I just simply wrote on the back of the card, term paper due on a particular date, and that's all I had to write right then. But when I got home and looked at the back of the card, I'd start breaking that project down into its individual steps and assigning dates to each one and putting those individual steps on the appropriate cards for the appropriate days. Well, that's where it all started. And that system worked like a charm from that time forward. I had a formal, explainable system to guide my days. I was lucky enough to learn at an early age the power of something simple and intentional. Over the years, however, the nature of that system changed. I would find perceived shortcomings, junk the system, and come up with something totally new. Sometimes the change would be to a purchase product. Other times I adopted another homemade system. And every time I tried something new, it worked, at least at first. But at some point, somehow the system would bog down and it would be time to try something new. Well, the light bulb moment came on well into adulthood when I realized that every change in the system had one thing in common. Adopting something new forced me to clean up all of the to-dos, plans, goals, and responsibilities to myself and others. The reason the new system worked so well was because it was clean and clear and allowed me to focus. I wish I could say that I finish everything on my to-do list every day. Well, I don't. I wish I could say that I never accept more input that I can handle. I do. But I never again look for the magic bullet as resting with a new system. The magic happens when I clean up the one I have. So our challenge is this. We all need a system, one that's comprehensive enough to hold everything thrown at us, yet easy enough that we're going to stick with it. That system could take the form of a smartphone or a legal pad or a paper planner or a stack of index cards. The tool isn't nearly as important as the thoughtful methodology behind using it. So, what are the essentials of a good productivity system? What should you look for? Well, first of all, that it's with you all the time. If you use a planner that's so bulky you hate to carry it around, look for something compact. That's one reason I like digital tools. Our phones are easy to take with us everywhere. We probably have it with us everywhere anyway. As soon as a new task appears, I have the tool right there to trap it in my system. Second, your tasks are clear. What's easy gets done. When you look at a task on the list, it should be worded so clearly that the task becomes easy. You can't wait to jump in, do it, and check it off. Start your task with a verb. They're the doing things. Words like call, email, or write give us clear clues as to what it's going to look like when we perform those tasks. Things that are vague tend to hang around on the list. You tend to ignore those tasks. They carry over from day to day while you work on the things that are easy and they're worded clearly. So make it all easy so that things wind up getting done. Next, make sure the supporting information is at hand. This is just one more to make things easy. So if the task is a phone call, well, what's the phone number? What's the agenda for that phone call? So either make the information part of the task, such as the phone number, put it right there beside the name of the person that you're calling, or provide an easy reference to exactly where you're going to find the information, such as the detailed information about what you're going to discuss with the other person during that phone call. With a digital system, it's very easy to do because you're going to have a link to that Evernote note or that Google Doc or wherever this information is. Just paste the link right there as a part of the task. You can put it in the little note section of that task. So when you see the task, you're one click away from the supporting information that's going to make that task easy to do. Next, make sure the Fab Five are front and center. If you've been following me very long at all, you know how I feel about the Fab Five. We all have those few tasks that are either absolutely necessary, we've got to get them done today, or they're things that are going to contribute greatly to our success on some project. Lots of stress comes from worrying about forgetting about what we're supposed to do. So before the day begins, identify those few tasks. I call mine the Fab Five, put them at the top of the list. And if they're repeating tasks, be sure that you've identified them and such. Now, that doesn't mean I only do 5 things a day. No, absolutely not. But having those critical 5 up there, it helps keep me focused. And when those 5 are done, I've got the freedom to work on any of the other things that I'd like to be doing today and not worrying about what is about to just, fall through the cracks somewhere. Next, we all have routines that need to be done weekly, annually, or monthly. We can eliminate a lot of things falling through the cracks by simply making these tasks repeating tasks on a digital task list. You've now made forgetting versus remembering, it's a non-issue. The system does the remembering for you. You check the tasks off when you do them, they return when they need to be done again. I've got to get organized. That's what we hear people say when they hit the brick wall. Well, for some, that low point becomes the turning point. When life starts coming at us faster than we can handle it, the answer may not be in looking for something new, but rather to start by cleaning up what we already have. Tell me in the comments, What's your system? What's working for you? What have you tried in the past maybe that hasn't worked? I'm interested in what some of our listeners are doing out there. Thank you for stopping by today. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and take a look at these two videos right over here. I think you'll enjoy them as well. This has been Frank Buck helping you get organized and make it look easy.